When I was at art school, my lecturer taught me a trick. And the trick was this. Before you settle in for the day and tackle the big idea, the thing that was going to take all your energy and thought, you went and did the opposite. You went and drew something that you knew you could draw. An apple, a jar of peanut butter, whatever it was, didn't matter. You let your hands do their thing, almost unconsciously. And then, suddenly, like magic, you're tackling the big idea. Your hands in synchronicity with your inner self. That idea inside of you is suddenly emerging. Your hands leading you into a state of doing. In our world, right now, we have big collective problems. AI, wars, climate crisis. And then we have smaller, more personal problems. Money, relationships, housing. And with all these problems, it's easy to start to feel overwhelmed. So how might we change things? Well, perhaps the answer's closer than we think. When I was a boy, my dad would sit on my bed at night and say goodnight to me. He'd take my hands in his and he'd hold them gently and he'd say, "Look at these hands. One day these hands will do wonderful things." Now, for a young, shy boy, these moments stuck with me. I was locked inside my head. I had nothing to put out into the world. So, at his side, my father showed me how to use my hands. My father, the builder. I was his sidekick with my own little toolbox. He'd show me how to hammer a nail and how to swear if I hit my thumb. If I caught a splinter, he'd show me how to pull it out. If we bumped into one of his friends, he'd show me how to shake their hand. These things at the end of my arms began to teach me about myself. I began to shape things over and over, build things, draw, measure, clean, cook. Through learning how to use my hands, I learned how to be in the world. My hands let me take the world that was inside of me and express it into the world around me. And with that, I knew. When that young, shy boy, he didn't have a word for a moment, he could let his hands speak. Now, speaking with our hands isn't new. Some 40,000 years ago, on what is now the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia, there were people living in limestone caves, the Pedikiri caves. And on the walls of these caves are some of the oldest rock paintings ever to be discovered. And amongst those paintings are human hand stencils. Now, there's no concrete idea of why they depicted their hands. But what we know is that they grab our attention immediately. Like if we had landed here from another planet, stumbled into these caves and saw those paintings straight away, we know these are humans that are thinking and expressing themselves with the simplest and most powerful tools they had, their hands. So as we move across time, we see the power of hands popping up everywhere. The gods, the creators. In many cultures, they built our worlds with their hands. Across religions and faiths, hands are used for prayer, for blessings and ceremony. The hands of justice and law carry out the will of society. Auslan and sign languages use hands as language. And let's not forget handshakes and high fives. We know that the touch babies receive from their parents' hands is hugely important for their early development. The touch babies receive from their parents' hands creates a bond between parent and child. Touch reduces cortisol levels in both parent and child, reducing stress. Touch helps foster brain development, forging neural pathways in babies' brains. This is how we start in the world. This is a language that no matter which one we end up speaking, we all learn. Our hands are extremely dexterous. Our long thumbs and relatively short fingers allow us to grip and hold and manipulate objects. The high density of receptors in our fingertips and our fine musculature in our fingers allow us highly specialised movements. So, if we take these incredible tools, this profound meaning, and this innate knowledge, and we multiply them together, we develop art, music, engineering, science. And so, from the very earliest versions of human expression, from the beating on the drums to the paintings on the walls, our hands have been there. They're the very centre of this never-ending trying and failing and trying again. This path of discovery as we have moved across time, from cupping our hands to drink from the streams to building great cities. Our hands are the tools that we have used to solve and overcome. We have done this for millennia. So here we are, further than those people in those caves could have ever imagined. But something I think they knew innately is that with the hands to put those paintings on those cave walls, we are powerful. And so what I know to be true about myself is true about all of you right now, that our hands are powerful agents of change. Just think about the power you have at your sides right now. Your hands can carry a pram up those steps. Your hands could be a light touch on heavy shoulders. Your hands can start hearts. They can hold a flower or a gun. But you might say hands do what we tell them, and yes, that's true, I agree. It's our minds, our eyes, our ears. It's the sum of the parts. But our hands have a special link to our soul. They betray our deepest feelings, and they speak a universal language that our entire species understands. So, if we feel we need to change things, if things demand to be different to how they are, then with our hands is where we start. Recently, I held my dad's hands. He's 82, and his hands are shaped and stricken with arthritis, shaped by a life that's seen and done many things. And as I sat there holding his hands, I realised something powerful. That all those wonderful things that he saw in those young boys' hands all those years ago, I saw them in him. He had passed those hands to me. He has changed me with the power you all have, the power of your hands. Thank you.